all out of bounds. If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it in the ring. You can do it in the mall. The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking,
hate me if you can survive if I let you.
I'm figuring and thinking there's nothing gonna stop the Macho Man Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg Net. For the punks and the perverts, this is how it works with Terry Funk and Knox Baker. Check Inchman and Barbie, they got the cheap heat, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, in your head to the band from Australia to Japan.
Shake down the road, old shit, man. Back stroke up the Mississippi.
We are bigger. We are faster. And we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, and we're live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting. Hollywood, Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man for the evening.
The Flea, it's me.
Hell yeah, very cool. All righty. This is recording. So this is the first In Your Head that's streaming in full HD.
Whoa. That's pretty cool. Is that your major event, Tony?
It is my major announcement. So, folks out there, there's been a very high increase. It almost doubled in price to do the live stream here. And we want to keep doing the show, but it does cost quite a bit of money. So we're currently trying to get $400, which will cover the live stream for the whole year, for the whole next 12 months. We get a little bit of a discount if we get it for annually. And so far, we've raised 100 today of the 400. So thank you guys for doing that. It's very cool.
That's
so
mad.
if you'd like to help out, please Venmo Headyverse, or you could super chat tonight. Venmo will be better because YouTube takes a very much bigger cut of the funds.
Oh, do they? I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Or you could PayPal. If you want PayPal, email, let me know. But it will be very helpful. There's some little special thank yous if you guys do help out. So if you send, let me grab all these here. I wrote these down. So first of all, any amount will get your eternal gratitude from us. We'll love you forever. $10 or more, you'll get thank you in all the credits for the next 365 days of the podcast.
Nice.
$20, you'll get a pack of wrestling stickers. $30, you'll get a special thank you wrestling DVD.
Oh, nice.
And for $100, you'll get your name on the right here, down here with El Santos World, Brian Matthew Clutter, and Coast In Your Head. You'll get producer credit on screen for the entire year. So normally you get that for $10 a month, becoming a member. But this is like an annual deal. If you pay straight up $100, you'll get that. So,
nice. Very good.
for the whole year. All right. So you'll get 2 months of that free. All right. Oh my God, 1080p. That's right. Jonathan Jackson's all excited for the 1080p. So I don't know if it looks any different or not. It doesn't look any different on my end, but I might always see it in HD.
That's true. Your whole life is in HD, fella.
No, I guess that's true. Otherwise, you need to go to the optometrist.
Yeah.
So we're here live after AEW Grand Slam. It was a loaded show. I was wondering how they're going to get all these matches in, and then I found out it's a 2-night event. So
Yep.
we
And
had
I wasn't aware of that beforehand. I thought everything was tonight. I was like, my God, it's going to be a 4-hour show.
yeah, because I was like, does it start early? Does it run late? That's why it says here we're starting at 11. And yeah, so the next half will be on Collision this Saturday. So that's exciting.
Oh, okay. So no Friday gig.
I don't know. I guess Rampage is coming to an end.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, I guess part of the new deal there will no longer be Rampage. I don't know when that starts. So probably next year. But there'll be new shows too. So.
Oh, okay.
But I
look
don't
forward
believe
to seeing that little bit of, shake it up a little bit. See,
Yeah.
see what comes together.
Yeah, I don't know. I love AEW. I don't know if you need more shows.
No, I
think
wouldn't
three's a little
think
hard
so.
to follow, but
Yeah, 2, I think, is if each one's going to be 2 hours long,
yeah, two's good.
yeah. 4 hours a week, that seems like you can get all kinds of stuff done.
Yeah,
As they
after that,
usually do.
Yeah. Yeah, and Raw, it was going to 2 hours for the rest of the year, which I thought, oh, that's good. When it goes to Netflix, it'll be 2 hours, but apparently not. When it goes to Netflix, it's going to be 3 hours, and apparently SmackDown's also going to go 3 hours. So
Wow.
that's a lot of wrestling, and historically, I don't think it's ever helped a wrestling show to go to 3 hours.
No. And are they going to have ads on Netflix or no?
What I understand, yes. So I get
Okay.
like if you get like I do, I get the cheapo version.
Uh-huh.
I might cancel because it's going up quite a bit of money. So I guess you get, but what do you get if you get the higher tier? I bet instead of like ads, you get like the wrestlers plug-in stuff,
Oh, maybe.
like
Or
video.
they'll show you what you just saw like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, or you just see a guy stand on the ring for 5 minutes. I don't know.
Could be.
We'll find out.
You get to
But-
watch the like the Spanish announce table for a few
Right.
minutes.
It is weird when you go to a live show and they literally do just stand there while they're at break. And,
Yeah, sometimes that takes you out of it a little bit.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. They could yell at the crowd. Everyone should have their
Yeah.
own little thing.
Shoot shirts and things at the crowd. You don't really see
Yeah.
that much anymore.
No, that's true. I never see the gun, the shirt gun.
Yeah.
Whenever someone
Used to be the coolest when they do that, and they just like shoot out some freebies to the fans.
Yeah, they'd have the shirt. Then they'd have the kiss cam, which I
Yeah.
don't really need that, but
Yeah, but at least something to keep the crowd entertained. It's better than dead air for 5 minutes.
yeah, it's very strange. You just sit there and it, like you said, you're excited. You get the ring entrance, and then they literally just stand there
Mm-hmm.
for 5 minutes. And you're like, okay, like what's happening?
It is
But
a little
anyway.
weird sometimes.
Yeah. So we opened the show. I was kind of surprised. We got this one first. Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson.
I was totally stoked for this one. This one I was like really geeked. And then at first I was a little worried because Nigel was a little rusty, I thought, like to start out with. And then he kind of shook that off and he was awesome. But I thought like the first maybe few minutes of the match, I was like, I don't know, man.
I didn't notice, but I mean, it's possible.
Oh, okay.
But I did like the. So at first I was like, oh, I hope there's not shenanigans though, because Danielson doesn't come up. And they were playing his regular theme, and then Nigel's like demanding a 10 count and said they should take the belt away, and then we hear final countdown,
Which was kind of a cool, like old school heely kind of move, like count him out. He's not showing, he's gone.
And so the crowd was just like insane for this. They were really into it. I was too. I've always said, because Nigel is from that group of the Ring of Honor guys that all went on to become, big stars. Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson. But Nigel got sick, so he never had the chance to be on the big stage. So I was always happy that he's at least the commentator, and I was thrilled for him to get to come back and actually have a match, and especially against Bryan Danielson.
Such a cool moment. It really was. I mean, I didn't realize it had been 13 years since he had been in the ring.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And like so great. So like
Yeah.
it's so cool that like, things are different now and they were able to help him out and like,
Yeah, they didn't mention the hepatitis, but
yeah,
people know he had hepatitis, and and forever that was there's no cure or anything, but now they can actually get rid of it.
yeah, which is so cool, and I never thought I'd get to see the guy wrestle again. I'm sure he never
No,
thought he'd be able to.
I know X-Pac had the same treatment, and
Oh, he
I
did.
always wish that a company brought him back for one last run.
I'd love to see him in AEW.
I
Like,
would too. Like
think of the
there'd be like
great
some
stuff
dream
you'd get
matches.
with him and Darby and him and Osprey, whoever,
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, because
And I
it
didn't
would.
realize, Jack, until I was watching that, like how much stuff he does that so many of the great British wrestlers that I love and have loved over the last like 5, 6, 7 years have kind of copied from him. Like I can see a lot of like what Osprey does, a lot of what Zack Sabre does, and a lot of what like
Well, it's a
Marty
lot of
Scurll
the classic
does
mat wrestling. Yeah.
from him. Like even like the way he would deliver the forearms and like a lot of his quirky jerky moves and just the way he get it in and out of like of transitions and things. Just lot of you can tell that generation were all big fans of this man.
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly like I love I like watching the current guys doing a lot of the big flying moves,
Mm.
stuff like this. This is more my style of wrestling.
Oh, amazing
It looked
stuff.
like they're really trying to beat each other, and it was stiff, and it was mat wrestling. I liked all that stuff. Uh, I well maybe you're right, because I did note that his hand slaps at the beginning, Nigel's. I was like, and then
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just it was kind of maybe he was just feeling himself out
yeah.
too a little.
And then Danielson just fucking waylaid him with a slap that looked great, because sometimes those open hand slaps, I'm like, but that
Yeah, they
one looked
could be a
great.
little like and this
Yeah,
one
that looked
was
great.
not.
So yeah,
Maybe that's what woke him up too. Maybe it was Danielson like, dude, you're not gonna hurt me, don't worry. You can smack me pretty good.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah. So it was a great match. My only thing I would say, I would just wish it was for the title, especially since Danielson won anyway. Why not have
Yeah,
it for the title? It would have been
agreed.
cool if it was in Wembley, but at the same time, like, I mean, Danielson winning the belt at Wembley was a huge deal. So, but yeah, it was great, and I hope it's probably the last time we'll ever see Nigel and Bryan Danielson wrestle. But I
Mm,
hope it's not the last time we see Nigel as a
I
wrestler.
agree. Especially when you've got so many kind of key guys with him that like guys that were in Ring of Honor, guys that are still in Ring of Honor. Like, be kind of nice to see like maybe some things that weren't resolved, or maybe
Yeah, and
some of
I
the
also
guys that were
think
young when he was leaving Ring of Honor.
just think he's kind of a guy that bridges like older school wrestling and modern wrestling, like Bryan Danielson or CM Punk.
Mhm.
And I think he'd be great to work with some of the younger guys, to not just elevate them like they're working with like, a guy from another generation, but to elevate them as wrestlers, because I think they could
Oh
learn a
yeah.
lot from working with him. Not just, how to put matches together, not
Hmm.
just do a bunch of cool moves, and
Yeah.
I'm not a guy
Little
saying don't do the cool
psychology.
moves. Yeah.
Yep.
If you can combine the really cool modern moves with some more of the old school psychology, it just would
Hmm.
help everybody out.
Agreed.
Then we went to Hook versus Roderick Strong, which was a step down, but I
Oh
like
yeah.
Hook, but when he's in longer matches, I think he's kind of exposed as super green. Like some of his throws look cool.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of his clotheslines.
Did he
We
do
worked
a
with
lot of
Jericho. I think
clotheslines?
it's better, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I did think like a lot of the stuff, especially when they were outside, they just really like went to
Yeah, it's
town on
easier for
each
him to
other.
hide, I think, in a match if they're doing a lot of
Yeah,
the hardcore stuff.
that's true too. But like a lot of that stuff, like when he threw Roddy Strong into the rail it looked really good. Like, so good that I think he might have really hurt the guy. That's what I thought originally.
Sean Green, it was pointed out that so when Nigel was right before he tapped out, he said thank you, which was a cool
Oh,
moment.
okay. That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun match. I like Roderick Strong. I wish he'd yell more. I liked it when he
Mhm.
was always yelling at
I think they've kind of
Adam.
like pulled back too far on him though, because
I
like
agree,
the
because that's what made him. That
personality
was
that
the
he
first time I
got.
found him entertaining.
Yeah, yep. And now it's gone. And with those other two dopes, they don't have any personality. And so it's like they're kind of he's a really good wrestler. The other two guys are just kind of there.
Yeah,
And
either
I don't
they
know,
need
that team,
Adam
I don't
Cole.
really dig.
They need Adam Cole there as the mouthpiece.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's like this isn't really like a group. Like you don't care about the other two guys. Roderick Strong's a
Yeah.
good wrestler, but when, like you said, you cut back the personality, he's not really that entertaining. I mean, he's worlds more entertaining than Kyle O'Reilly, who I think is one of the most
Without a doubt.
useless guys on the roster. But
I agree.
so yeah, I don't know. He's fine, but I was glad Hook won. Hook has this inherent charisma that the crowd immediately took to and they're into. I think people always talk about like the neck tattoo on Cody, and that is bad, but I think Hook kind of, I mean, you can't say ruined his look because women love him and stuff, but I think he took his look down quite a bit, getting some really awful looking like tattoos that like remind me of like teenagers who were practicing tattoos would like put on each other. Just look like shit.
Yeah, or the guys that go to like a tattoo parlor with nothing in mind and they just look at the wall and they're like, yeah, I want that guy, the Burning Man. Yeah, I want him
Yeah,
on
why does
my
he have a little
shoulder.
man on his like
I,
sternum? It looks terrible. He looks just like an idiot.
yeah, there's none of his tattoos I really dig. I got
No,
to admit.
I think they make him look really stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes him look kind of like a prison, like like a guy
Yeah,
that
he's like
spent
a
time in the
prison,
joint,
like a prison bitch or something because he's got
Yeah.
kind of a feminine look to him. But
Although it's funny because that was the first time I think like, and God, now this sounds like we're all ganging up on Hook, and I'm not, because like I really like Hook. I think he's one of the good young guys.
oh yeah,
But
yeah, no,
hadn't
like I
really
said, he's
heard
got tons of
him.
charisma.
I hadn't really heard him talk until this match at the end, and I didn't really realize how much of a New York thing he's got going on. It kind of I didn't expect that voice from him, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm glad they retired the FTW belt. I've always thought
Me too.
it was so dumb to bring it back. The original belt made sense in ECW because it
Yeah.
was Taz thought he was cheated out of the title, so he made his own title. It never made sense at all in AEW. And then especially when they made
No.
an actual just a title that people defended, it was just dumb. And they've got so many titles in AEW. And I'm a
Yep, you
big
don't
AEW
need an
fan, but
unsanctioned one. You
no,
don't,
so just
Yep, I'm happy to give it back to Taz. Let him. Yeah, that's another thing I'll say tonight. I thought Taz was pretty good commentary tonight.
he was much more tolerable than
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it wasn't make us maybe someone's like, dude, like he's actually a pretty good commentator. He's being serious. When he's
Mhm.
making dumb jokes, I think he's just unlistenable. He's awful.
Oh yeah, when he starts singing and doing stupid shit, like there's nobody worse. But like when he plays it straight, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. So I'm gonna say this a few times throughout the night. Hope I don't get annoying, but we're trying to get $400 to pay for the new streaming, which costs a lot of money. So if you'd like to help out, Venmo, Headyverse. And there's some cool perks you can get. It will help us out. We're at $100 currently, as far as I know, unless someone Venmo during the show that I don't know about.
And the pretty neat thing is you're talking about not only just in your head, but also without your head and any
it'll
side
help.
projects,
It'll
like,
help all the live videos of everything you see that involves me, I guess. So without your head, in your head,
any
dinner and
other
a
dinner in a
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
if I just happen to be out and about, Jackie Jones show, all this.
Yep. All that good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. the Bucks, and we had the Bucks versus Fletcher and Ospreay.
God, I love this match, Jack. I thought this was like all four guys I thought worked their asses off. I thought they were so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this match was amazing. So just an awesome match. I think Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, a great team. I like that they had matching trunks too. I thought that was a nice touch.
I thought that was cool when they came out together like that.
I think Kyle Fletcher is real. I think people know he's good, but I think he can be one of the top guys in AEW. I think he's worlds better than Roderick Strong. Nothing against Roderick Strong. Infinitely better than the other Kyle O'Reilly.
Yep.
And I think
he's he's so young.
Yeah, there's way more upside to him than Ricochet, who's getting like a fortune and getting all the fanfare. And he's, to me, like, he does cool moves, Ricochet, but all like really the draw of him is like people that remember him prior to WWE, and it's like we knew he had a great matches with Ospreay back in the day. But besides that, like, I don't really care. I don't think he's a particularly good talker. I don't think he has a lot of charisma, and I don't think he's really any better than a lot of the guys already there.
I agree. And so many of those guys, like, and I'm not a guy that like preaches size or anything like that. Don't really care how big a person is. But when you see like Fletcher, he's got that weird charisma. You know, like usually it's kind of the crowd dislikes him because he's kind of a smug guy. But he's like 6'5", can do these crazy backflips and stuff when he wants to, but can also do power moves, is a real good striker with things. Like, I don't think I'm agreeing totally with you. There's not really a downside to that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing. So this match was just fantastic. My only things was, and I understand the end because, you know, they're trying to there's more of the storyline than the match, but I do think a lot of the interference at the end took away for me just as a match.
Agreed. I agree with that. Yep.
And there was probably a little too many near falls. Like there was like some great near falls, but there was I think they probably did a couple too many. And the crowd was still into it, but I think like they were like a max level, and then you brought them down a little bit.
There were a couple of times like that one, like hidden blade that I thought for sure I would have bet money that they were winning it.
Yeah,
you know, that they were taking the tag belts. And then I think Fletcher, when he did, can't even remember what the move was, but he had one of the Young Bucks on the top and did some kind of crazy move. And I thought for sure they were going to win it on that one. And that the tag timing was so good in this match too. Like there were so many like almost three, and one of the other tag members just got in at that last second and broke up the pin. Which, like, if the timing's not real good on that, that's one of those things that drive me crazy. Like if the ref's got his hand almost down and then just stops, waiting for the guy to come in and break up the pin, that drives me nuts. And I didn't see any of that anyway.
Yeah, and it's a little weird because so they're doing all these great moves. The top rope brain buster under the turnbuckle is wild. All this stuff.
Yeah, I thought the guy was really hurt.
Yeah, and so then we get Don Callis giving Kyle Fletcher the screwdriver, and so Kyle's actually going to go to use it. Will Ospreay takes it away, which leads to the Young Bucks doing some actually kind of lame looking belt shots. They weren't very good looking.
Yeah, that was the worst looking move of the entire match. I thought that last one. I thought the one on Fletcher was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fine, but the second one,
the second one was bad.
And so my only problem with, like, I get there doing storyline, but the storyline like kind of ended already like months ago, I thought, where he just left the Don Callis family, and then like Will Ospreay left the Don Callis family. Then it was just kind of brought back with just out of the blue, like let's redo
Yeah,
this
like they kind of
same
forgot
angle and
about it. You're
have a
right.
different ending. So I was like, it's kind of weird. It was like a restart of this angle that they had done, and
They
but
had done a few times, I think, because it was almost the same thing with the Kenny Omega when he first left
yeah,
Don
yeah.
Callis,
I mean,
and
they've done
it's
it
like,
with with Will Ospreay
yeah,
before, which
yep.
is a little odd, but I do think like Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher like feud will be great.
Oh
But
yeah, yep.
they should have probably been a team a little bit longer.
I think that would have been better. You're right, because I haven't heard about Fletcher's partner if he's ever going to come back. So
Yeah, because I think wasn't the that tournament thing wasn't like the first time they were like a real team and then they won it and then
yeah,
so it's kind of like a long angle like done in a few weeks, I think.
yep. And I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah,
So I
you
think
probably
story wise, they just kind of put it in too quick, I guess. Like they should have given it a little bit longer to
Yeah, I think you
develop.
probably could have done like a series of matches between these teams because Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, like they would have delivered every time,
Oh yeah.
and then don't do the screwdriver thing to the last match
Yep. Yep.
instead of the
Yeah,
first
have
match.
it where like they almost won, but geez, if something would have happened.
Yeah, then the screwdriver thing also makes more sense because then Dawn's
Mhm.
like, this, we couldn't quite win these last two times. Now this is the time we need to do it.
Yeah,
This is
that's
how we're going
true.
to finally beat them. So I mean,
Because
it's
at this
maybe
point, this
nitpicky, but
team's undefeated. So why bother like giving them the screwdriver?
yeah.
Like we'll just ride with what we got because like nobody's beating us. Granted, we've only had one match.
Yeah. They were that's all well and good, but you can't expect like everyone watching the show to know this.
Yeah. Yep.
You could tell people that, but it's like it's never been part of the storyline on AEW.
I did think it was kind of neat too because on the wall they had them as the United Empire, which they were two of the founding members of that in New Japan.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool. It wouldn't hurt probably to have a little explanation though from
Right, right. I
from the
think
commentators.
yeah. This is always a little like too it's like I have like if I say something could have been better, something that doesn't mean I think it's terrible.
Yeah, right,
It
exactly.
and that is kind of an internet thing. Like either things are like the greatest thing you've ever seen, or like they're complete dog shit. And I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I don't think
Yep.
all the booking in AEW is terrible. Just I would like it to some stuff to be better, and I
Yeah,
think that could have been done a lot better.
I agree. Because that's something like you say could have had like a long travel. And right now, and it's funny because AEW was always the place where they had so many great tag teams,
Yeah,
and now they don't have as many as they once did. So having like the Bucks and and the United Empire have like kind of a long ongoing feud would be great, or would have
yeah.
been great.
So big thanks, Mr. Vic Schiavone just sent us $20. So we're gonna send him out some stickers.
Awesome.
And,
It wasn't that worth of Barty oil, was it? Because I've heard that he is
no.
the
So since I know Vic watches both shows, this is what you're going to do, Vic. You're going to get a without your head sticker. And you're going to get 2 wrestling stickers and 2 horror stickers for a multi-pack. So we're picking these out random. Look at that. Boom.
Oh, sweet.
Bryan Danielson.
Got the American Dragon.
So that is wrestling sticker number 1.
I don't know if you got a sticker of Shingo, because maybe he'll get the American Dragon and the Japanese Dragon. Oh,
Rated R Superstar Edge. So you're gonna get.
You think you know me?
You think you know me? And then
On this day.
Oh, look at that! That's cool. Jason Voorhees.
Ooh, just in time for Halloween.
Exactly. And that's it was a different one, but we're not going to give you the same character twice. How about that? Oh, perfect for Halloween. It was another Jason Voorhees, but it's different. This one is Michael Myers.
Nice. I love it.
That's cute because Michael Myers with two of the masks from Halloween 3 behind him.
I am digging that. Yep.
And we're going to give you a bonus horror sticker because I got a bunch of horror stickers.
Ooh.
Oh, this is cool. Well, it's Jason, but it's completely different. So it's like all the masks of Jason.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty neat. I like that.
It's even got the hood. See, it's maskless Jason in the middle, the hood, and then the mask.
Are the eye holes actually holes, or was that something? Maybe your light was just playing.
No,
tricks?
yeah, it's just the light.
Okay.
There you go. I'll send those out to you tomorrow. Send me your email address. Boom. Everyone who, if you do $20 or more, I'll give you a bunch of stickers.
That's pretty awesome.
I do not have an in your head sticker. I should get some made though, Sean.
We'll have to do that.
These were actually from Jason Mitten. These without your head stickers. I do not have in your head stickers here. I used to have some pins, but I think they're all gone. All righty. So that was that match. So then they had the conglomeration, which I hate that name for the group.
That's a terrible name.
I'm a fan of the group outside of Kyle O'Reilly.
Agreed. And I would rather, especially now that they had
they added Rocky Romero, who I like.
Yeah. Just dump Kyle O'Reilly, bring him in, and much better upgrade.
Yeah. I know they're trying to find something for him, and they're trying to give him personality, but to me, it doesn't fit him. I don't know. I don't know. I think he was good just as a straight up tag team guy in Red Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like maybe some of those 80s guys that were good in teams. Like, yep. I'm a big fan of Dennis Condrey, but if he had a singles run, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know. Stan Lane. Bobby Eaton was a really good, actually, singles guy. They just didn't do much with him, but he had a great run as TV champ. I just don't think they had the confidence in him, but I think he could have done something. But there was a lot of guys like that, like, oh, this guy's a good in a team, but is he a good singles guy? He's suitable. His matches, but he's not like a guy when you have so many guys that have personality and can wrestle, he doesn't stand out, and I would be a dick, but he's not worth like really pushing as like the singles guy when you have a roster that's so big.
Yeah, well, right there on just that group, it's like I'd much rather see, Chicken, give me Briscoe anytime. Give me nice. Give me Orange, all day long.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Orange Cassidy.
Yep. Or even Rocky, because Rocky could get the crowd going. He's just, I love the guy.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that he's small, I think he would have been like champ everywhere.
Yeah,
I really like Rocky.
Yeah, he's short. He's really short. Good. Yeah. But I love Mark Briscoe. I'm a big fan.
Oh yeah.
Alexi on our group was like, Kyle O'Reilly looks like somebody would work at a gas station, and I'm like, that's true, but honestly, so doesn't Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah, yep.
But he's got tons of charisma.
Yep.
So it's not even just so much the look; it's just really nothing about Kyle O'Reilly stands out.
Yep. Oh, Briscoe, as soon as he comes out, starts going crazy, hits the ring, I just smile. He just makes me happy. There's just something about that guy that just like I love that guy. And the same thing with Orange. Orange, I see him and I'm happy. It's like it's all good.
I don't know what this means. Those triple E mosquitoes and masks are gone, right? I don't want Flea getting infected.
Oh, no, I think.
Gotta watch out for the deer ticks.
Oh, yeah, I think we're later in the season though. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I think mosquitoes are gone now. Yeah, we're getting into the fall. But by the way, Golgo, I know it's very late, but upstairs I still have. He had bought a big poster that the Flea drew.
Oh,
But I always forget to get Flea to sign it. So you got to sign it
Oh.
to Gogo. He had bought it, and I will send it out to him. I'll
definitely
throw in
will.
some goodies in there too. So yeah, just real quick, help donate. We're trying to get to 400. We're at 120, and this will cover the whole year of live streaming in full HD for everything Headyverse involved, in your head, without your head, and anything else that we decided.
Yep. If Neil and I start pigging out and we do feed your head, well,
Yeah, someone
throw that one on there.
in your mouth.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Yeah, feed your head's good though. So I would like to do that. It's easy now with I could live stream us on the phone. We could
Oh,
start
wow.
doing that when we go out to eat, maybe once a week. We could would anyone like to watch that? The
Yeah,
Flea and
whatever you
Jack.
guys want. Like, give us some ideas.
Yeah, I would do that. It would be easy. We could just bring. I have a small tripod for the phone. I could bring that with us. We set it up. So ever since when I used to have the big camera for dinner and a movie, sometimes we get kicked out. Especially the last 5 years, it'd be like, you can't film in here because you have the big camera. You think you're like filming something for TV or something. But when you do it on your phone, no one says anything because people are like, oh, they're taking selfies, whatever the hell they're doing on their phone. No one cares about that.
True.
So you fly under the radar with the phone. Yes, we take PayPal too. The easiest one for that is probably withoutyourhead@gmail.com. I'll post this right in here. All right. So, so we had a Prince Nana interview, and I was really excited because out comes MVP, who I'm a huge fan of. I've always been
Me
a fan
too.
of, and he was one of so there was a little while when I wasn't really watching WWE, but I liked two things. The one they still do is the Bloodline. The other one was the Hurt Business, and I was like, this is the first time I've actually been a fan of the big guy there. Who's the main guy of
I can't think of his name.
he's like a huge star. Everyone knows
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. But this was a good group. If for whatever reason they really ended it quick, which none of the guys were as good outside of the group, and it really killed off Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. And so MVP showed up, which I'm thinking some of these guys may follow. I know Cedric re-signed in WWE, but Shelton possibly, and the big guy I can't think of for some reason, which is
I
insane.
can't either.
And but I like this. It was a setup of MVP saying, picking out the flaws of Nana, putting over Swerve. So we're gonna see a battle of who can be the man. I think for me they should stick with Nana because there's real chemistry there. But I like this though. I like this tension between the two. And Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
So my
it's
prediction,
the perfect setup though for if
they bring in Lashley.
Yeah, if MVP brings his own group and says, well, you know what? If I can't have this guy, well, I'm gonna screw his whole life up,
Yeah, Swerve Lashley feud,
Yep.
I know he got the rights not to Hurt Business. He called it something different, but he already get the rights to the name and stuff. So and I know Shelton is free, and so isn't Lashley. So
Nice.
I see it.
Hey, that would be A-okay. And then you could, if you wanted to have them with a group, if you need a bunch of members or something, some of kind of the guys that have slipped through the cracks and stuff, there's a few people in Ring of Honor that they could use, some of the young guys. There's all kind, So
a lot of times that's the best thing to do. Maybe you bring in one guy, or if you even don't bring in anybody, anyone with MVP will get a bump.
Mm-hmm.
So
and does he have the rights to his name, or is that his real name? Is that his real initials? Because I didn't expect him to be.
Yeah, that
MVP
I don't know. I assume he must, or else they wouldn't, allow it. Yeah, Baby Stink Ass Master's pissed that we forgot Bobby Lashley. That's one of his heroes.
Oh, I apologize.
All right. So that was cool. Mariah May versus what's her name? Yuka.
Yeah, I see. I didn't remember this woman at all. I guess she was there like back in their early days, but
Yeah, and she was on the last week, and I thought she wasn't very good, and I don't think she's that good. I
no.
don't think she's that good tonight either. And I see people like really going nuts about her, but every time I've only seen her a few times, to my knowledge. Last week I remember she did a really really bad looking super kick, and she does some cool stuff, but some of the stuff was very like even right to begin with. She did like a springboard off the mat, off the like the ring apron, and it was so slow and just looked like bad. It was slow and
Yeah,
bad and like clearly like not really like trying to hurt. I don't know. It was just not good.
yeah. The only person that came off good this match to me was Mariah May, who like caught that girl and lifted her up with half
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
moves. And
She,
like, if it wasn't for that, like that really would have been a terrible match.
yeah. I'm not. I don't see anything her and
Oh,
she had like
me.
this big smile on her face every time she did stuff, which
Yeah, she
it
looked
kind of
happy. That was cool, I guess.
it kind of reminded me of like the women's wrestling in the 2000s in WWE before like they really started bringing in the before Charlotte
Oh
and
yeah, before all the
Becky
talented
and yeah,
women.
and Sasha Banks and stuff, because like they would always want them to smile all the time.
Hmm.
And so she just had this big smile, like you're supposed to look pretty even if like you're supposedly in a fight. And I was like, and following all the rest of the others, all the rest we saw, I was
Oh
like,
my
man, this
God.
isn't very good.
Yeah, this one they could have skipped.
Yeah,
Or this
and
one could have been kind of a squash, just Mariah May like
yeah,
taking this woman and just beating her up, you know.
Mariah May, they had that great feud going into Wembley, but they need to set up some good feuds for her now that she's champion.
Yeah. Well, I think they may have at the end of this one.
Yeah, because we saw a lot of people come out then.
Yeah. And so like if she gets a thing going with Willow or something, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Willow.
But yeah, that other woman I never need to see again. She was pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. So then we had Darby Allin versus Moxley. Two of my
This one
favorites.
tore the place down too.
Yeah. This was great. I did wonder if Darby pooped his pants because he had a big brown spot
He
in
did.
his butt, and it's like right in the middle. So I don't know if he landed
Yeah,
in
he looked
something.
like a little worse for wear during this match because like he was bleeding from the mouth from something, like, and he just got smashed and slammed around. I thought he really got injured a couple of times, like on the stair thing. Like I thought that really did him in, but then he popped up and he was fine. He's like made of rubber, I think, that guy.
Yeah, yeah. He's honestly one of my favorite guys. I'm not a guy that's like really worried about how someone's size in wrestling because I know it's not real. That being said, he's very small, but everything he does looks like he's really trying to hurt the guys.
Oh yeah, yep. And it was perfect because like Moxley, all of his moves looked so like severe too in this match. Like he would take Darby and just like fling him around in a lot of like unnatural ways too. Like
Yeah,
he landed badly on a bunch of these
yeah.
moves.
Darby will take a lot of punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So, our pal here, Mr. Golgo, he is donated as well. So, $30. So I'll give you a choice. You want a DVD, a wrestling DVD, a horror movie DVD, or stickers? It's up to you. Whichever you prefer, let me know throughout the show, and we'll do that. All right.
Nice.
Or we can do both. We can, if you want. All right, he's a good man. So then, so this was, I did think that Darby was going to win though, because is Darby from Washington? Isn't that where the
Jeez,
pay-per-view
I
is
don't
from?
know. I think you're right. I think he is like from Seattle or something.
Yeah. Oh, that was that Golgo, or was that someone else?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I think I gave Golgo the. I think I gave Golgo. Anyway, let me know Golgo, because this is someone's real name. Oh no, it's not Golgo. This is
Okay.
Teeks. Tekes. So I'm
Oh,
sorry, not Golgo. Boom. I'm taking that back. This was Tekes. So Teeks. So Teeks, you're a good man. And we'll do the DVDs here for you. All right. So yeah, I think he was. But anyway, Moxley won with like the it was like a top rope DDT, which was really cool.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, it was like his oh, what do they call his big move? The Death Rider?
The Death Rider.
Only from the top, so it was like a super Death Rider. It looked great.
Yeah, it was sweet. So yeah, that was awesome. And then we had Bryan Danielson come out and choke him with the tie, which was
That
a
was
callback
awesome.
to when NXT days, when before the TV show, and Danielson, was a part of Nexus and got suspended from WWE, or fired, I guess, and then came back later for choking the Dapper Yapper, I think, with the necktie.
Was it really him?
I believe so.
I didn't even know that. That's so funny. Thought the Dapper Yapper was in good voice tonight, and he looked pretty snazzy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always a fan. That's a weird one, a guy that gets hate for on the internet sometimes, but I don't really
I don't get
why.
that. Yeah. So I think he's got a good voice and just a great presentation of his craft,
Yeah, I think well, a certain someone, I remember Jim Cornette was saying he looked like a pedophile, and it's like, dude, you can't just call someone a pedophile. Like,
you look like a pedophile.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Tekes,
that's a new one.
We're gonna pull this out. It's gonna be a DVD for the $30, a random free sealed DVD. Boom! Gone but not forgotten. The Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh, too cool.
This is cool. Let me look at the back here. So, on this special DVD, we dive into the High Spots vault to shoot interviews to relive some of the biggest women moments of the greatest female performers in wrestling history. Sit back and listen at these amazing women give you all the details of their legendary careers. We have a fabulous Moolah and Mae Young.
Wow.
They talk about breaking into wrestling, how men were treated by Lou Thez, struggles of not being allowed to wrestle in certain areas, and Buddy Rogers' respects for women's wrestling.
Oh, okay.
China talks about working with Mark Henry, Jeff Jarrett, the IC title, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, and being in Playboy. Sherry Martel talks about the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair. Woo! And
Sherry,
Luna Vachon,
one of my all-time favorites.
Me too. Luna Vachon, learning in Japan, not wanting to use the Vachon name, working Medusa, WWF debut, ECW, and relationship with Sabre. So boom.
Wow. Oh, that sounds like a good one then.
Yeah, just message me your address and we will send that in. Send you out. Oh, look at this. Now my boy here, Golgo, he has come through.
Okay.
So now we are halfway there.
Whoa, nice.
Dang,
not too bad on the first day, boss. That's pretty good.
I really appreciate this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this tonight, the whole year's worth. But we still need $200 to help, if you can, But hey, thank you guys.
Yep, definitely. That's awesome.
What did I say for 50?
Oh. We'll have to check the tape.
I think it went from 30 to 100 maybe. But if we, you know what? I think he'll get both the DVD and stickers.
Nice. I dig it.
Does that work out? I think that works out. Let me see.
That sounds like a good combo.
All right. So, stickers. Go 13. We're going to start with a Without Your Head sticker.
Boom.
Then, let's grab the wrestling stickers. The wrestling stickers, Troy.
I'm hoping for a Young Bucks. Whoa.
John Cena and is that The Rock or Randy Orton?
I don't know who he's punching on.
Randy Orton, I think.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Maybe even Randy Orton, I think.
That's
pretty cool.
Yep.
This is a really
Punch
big
him again.
sticker.
Whoa. Okay, we got the hubby and wife combo.
Yeah. Becky Lynch and Seth freaking Rollins. We're going to throw in some horror stickers in there.
Oh. All right. I'm hoping he gets some kind of Ray Harryhausen sticker. Oh, that's a good one, though. He's all
it's a nice die cut, Jason.
Nice. I dig it.
The next one was I'm trying to get some different people here. Apparently, I've got a lot of Jason stickers in here, but I think he is a big Jason fan. So.
Okay, that's a good thing then.
Yeah. All right. Wow, this is a different one, though.
Whoa. Little Jack going on. Nice.
Jack
I like
Nicholson. That. Yeah. And another Jason, but it's cool.
Ooh. Well, you've got a good variety there, too.
Yeah, so that's good. And Golgo, do you want a horror movie or do you want a wrestling DVD? We're on the wrestling show, so wrestling DVD.
Okay. Bum, bum, ba-dum. What do we got there? Behind the merch.
You said horror.
Oh, all right. They're not behind the merch.
That one goes
behind the mask.
Behind the mask. I think I have horror movies around here somewhere. If not, I'll go grab one upstairs. Oh, I think we have them right here, actually. Blu-ray, okay, Mr. 13. Boom.
Ooh.
Day 0.
What is that one?
Day 0. Look, this is cool. It's even got the slip cover.
Ooh, slip cover is sexy.
I think it's like I've got these cool lightings down here, but it's not good for reading. So we're going to have to do this. After serving 8 incident-free years in prison, a former elite soldier is released, finally free to reunite with his estranged wife and young daughter. However, he enters civilization only to discover that the outside world has been completely overtaken by a dangerous virus with terrifying effects on the human body. Chased by hordes of the undead, he races through the dangerous urban landscape in a final desperate attempt to redeem himself and rescue his family.
Nice. I like the premise.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so we'll send that out. Thank you, Mr. Gold. All right. Booyah! All right. So yeah, so then we get back to necktie, and then now comes we had a group of people that come out and help. We had the Combat Club come out to pull. I was glad that Marina didn't just pull off Danielson though. I was like,
yeah, she's one I have not warmed up to. I don't like her.
Does look like Ving Rhames, but I don't think it is.
It does look like him, though. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then we had the rest of the club, and then we had which this was a callback to weeks before because it was the people that the club had beat up. So it was Private Party and Commander.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's good. I'm happy to see Private Party around again.
Yeah,
I don't
they were
know
even
if one of the guys was hurt, maybe.
Yeah, and at the beginning days of AEW, they were like the hot team.
Yep.
And then they were kind of around there. And then they were paired with the death of wrestling, the black hole of you the death of your career, Matt Hardy. You get paired with this guy, and you just fall down into the depths of nothing.
You just disappear. Yeah, it's so true.
So, so I'm glad to see these guys doing something.
Yep, me too. I would be really happy if they would have them in the mix for the tag belts again.
Agreed.
Because I think that was the first team when they were doing their big tournament for the first all elite tag champs. Didn't they beat the Young Bucks in the first round? That was like their big upset, which was really cool.
Yeah, I think it was they didn't win. It was they beat them, but it was Daniels Fallen Angel and
oh right. Yeah. The
SoCal, yes. Whatever. The one guy, Scorpio Sky, like he makes a comeback and then disappears. He's just like constantly coming back and then disappearing.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I don't get that.
Remember they had like weeks on Collision when it started that he was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back and then he disappeared again. And then I remember a while ago he did another comeback and then he was gone again.
Yep. That I don't really know why.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he a guy? Because I know Dave Meltzer always alludes to like some guys are really hard to deal with in AEW. They don't want to do stuff. I can't imagine it'll be him, but maybe it is one. It is him.
Yeah, could be.
I know it's Rusev and Andrade, who's already gone. Boy, now I'm a huge Rusev fan, but I don't know what you do with him. Like when he won't, he doesn't want to work with people. Won't even get thrown out of a battle royal. Like, and apparently he wants to leave. I'd just let him go.
Oh yeah, me too. It wouldn't even be a question. It'd be like, okay, bye. Like you didn't like how you were being treated in the E before. I bet they're going to treat you great now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, going in there with this bad attitude. And it made me think like maybe that's why he never got the big run. Because there was times he was like the most over guy in the show when it was Rusev Day and stuff.
Yep.
So I was listening to
that's true. And they never even, I don't even remember a time when he was really in the world title mix, like.
No, really early on when he actually wasn't particularly good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's no. So but I was listening to Meltzer talk about him, and he like really buried, like he really acted like he was just like a nobody, like he wasn't even particularly good, which was very odd.
Yeah.
Because you saying how much better Andrade is, I'm like, he is like I
really
attitude aside, because I think they both have horrible attitudes.
Yep.
To me, Rusev is far better. Like he's got way more charisma.
Oh,
He's been way more over, better talker. I mean, Andrade's a good wrestler, I guess, but I don't know. To me, Rusev's has way more upside.
Oh, me too.
Where's Wardlow? Yeah, that's another guy. I was wondering if that's another guy that he alludes to, because it is a little annoying. He alludes to these people like that you don't see, but it's because like they have bad attitudes and stuff. And I get he just doesn't want to sit, but then it leads to people guessing like who he's talking about.
Right, right. Then like anybody that you kind of think might have a bad attitude, you can,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
it must
thinking
be
like
this
Keith
guy.
Lee, maybe.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know. Is it Wardlow, or do they just don't? There's definitely a guy. If he's just a good guy, that's definitely a guy that they've messed up with.
Oh yeah. Homegrown talent, and like for a while, I don't know if anybody was more over with the crowd.
No, they really built him perfectly up and when he did the first when he turned on
That was the
MJF,
best. Yeah, yep.
and he was like mega over. It's like this could be like your top dude.
Oh yeah, yep. And then you even had him like bury the guy in which pay-per-view was it? Because remember, like he beat him in like a minute, I think,
Yeah, he
when
just
he had
killed it.
his
Yeah.
revenge match. You know, he just
Mhm.
came out and power bombed him like however many times, and it's like, wow, they're really gonna ride this guy, and that was it.
But see, this is what I don't agree with when you say Starks, because I think Stark should really thank AEW for because he was around for years. AEW really made him a star,
Hmm.
and that's not to say he's not good.
Hmm.
They gave him the opportunity to do stuff, and they treated him really well, in my opinion. I
Yeah,
mean, he was in feuds with Sting and like stuff. And from understanding, he won't come to work. He won't, he didn't want to. He didn't want to work with Big Bill. And if you won't come to work and you won't work with people, stuff, I can't blame the company. I mean, that's on you
yeah,
at that point. From my
yep,
understanding, he just wants to go to WWE, which is all well and good, but like,
yep.
so I can't blame AEW on that one.
No, because that's a kid that like, yeah, like when they started to push him, and then a lot of people are like, why are they pushing this guy? Like he's just kind of one of the guys. And then they gave him the spotlight, and he ran with it. He was great, like
Yeah.
did the great promos. He did great work in the ring too. Like I still think one of the best spears I've ever seen is by Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
Hmm.
I was really surprised how good his team with Big Bill was.
Yeah. Oh, I loved them. They were so great. It was the first time I ever liked Big Bill.
This is I actually heard all good things about the this. I haven't watched any of them because we're doing the show, but the Vince McMahon documentary, the 6-part documentary, is up on Netflix. John Brown, Jobs. I'm on the last episode of the Vince documentary. Huge disappointment, no shocking revelations, just a rehash of stories that we've heard before.
Oh no
So
way.
I haven't watched it, but
I
I've
haven't
actually
seen
heard
it
the
before.
opposite. I've seen people really putting it over.
I'll have to check it out because that one does intrigue me.
Me too. I will say some people I saw put it over aren't like necessarily hardcore wrestling fans, so maybe they just
Oh,
haven't heard the
okay.
stories before.
Oh, that could be because like I know if you're not really used to uh like wrestling history, I guess, there are some people that love that Von Erich movie,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
when I watched it, I just it didn't do anything
yeah.
for me.
I don't think you can blame AEW anything with Punk related either. I'm a huge Punk fan, but I
Yep.
mean, you got to be honest. And in Collision, from understand, Punk was booking the show, so anything that didn't happen, you can't really blame on Tony Khan there either. And I'm not saying that everything he does is perfect, but there's
Oh
certain
yeah.
things like I just don't think is fair to blame him for when it's people that like won't do stuff or
Yep.
people that got hurt or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see here. So, should we get to these questions?
Sure. I just want to say though, last thing this weekend, the
Yeah, I mean you can't blame Tony Khan for Punk getting fired.
no,
I mean that. I mean you can't say like Ricky Starks like this his feud got cut short with Punk, but it's because Punk got fired. But I mean there was a lot of stuff. Like I'm a huge Punk fan, but I mean you can make the argument more people should have been fired, but it was no way that was going to work out.
no, you can't keep a guy after something like that. That would be the ultimate, like,
Like I don't think it was
the
handled
inmates are
great.
running the asylum at that
Yeah, I would
point.
have never showed the footage or
No,
anything like
no.
that, but I don't know.
But you can't like pretend nothing happened and just
Yeah, you
move
can't just
on,
be like
you
they
know?
just fired the guy out of the blue or something.
Mm.
Remember Cornette said that about Justin Roberts and thought it was weird, but a 17-year-old game came out during the Me Too movement saying Roberts asked for nudes. I'm not going to say because I'm not really sure. But I don't think Cornette ever even alluded to that. I think he just was saying he looked like that. But I would think I have no idea, so I don't know. I'm just saying that there's probably something to it. They probably would have taken him off TV. Yeah, I love Starks. I'm a big fan, but like
Yep, me
from
too.
understanding, he won't. He doesn't want to come on. He won't. They have storylines for him, and he won't do them. So I mean, I can't blame the company.
No.
Vince Senior was originally. I don't want to. I mean, I'll watch the show, so I don't want to know everything that happens on the documentary. Let's see. We'll probably talk about him next week.
But this weekend is the first half of what could be Zack Sabre Jr.'s run for the title, because Destruction in Kobe, which is I think Sunday in New Japan, Naito takes on the Great Okan. And then whoever wins that has to defend against Zack Sabre next month in England. So should be interesting times. And when we go to see New Japan in Boston, hopefully Zack will be the champ at that time. That's what I'm hoping for.
So let's see. First question, Troy, is from
Yes.
Nikhil, and he wants Hetty Bot to ask about him.
That's always a good time.
In the future, we're going to make Hetty Bot questions $1. You have to super chat $1 because it costs me so much to type these.
Third Eye Hetty Bot.
What is your opinion on Nikhil of the Hettyverse? But we're going to do these tonight. Let's see here. Go, whoever, since you guys donated to. Nikhil of the Hettyverse. As a neutral observer, I've analyzed Nikhil's interactions with the Hettyverse community.
Whoa. This sounds scientific.
Yeah. Positive traits, witty humor and sarcasm.
Always good. Always a plus.
In-depth knowledge of wrestling and pop culture.
Thought you were going to say Pop-Tarts, but that's pop culture's good.
Engaging storytelling and podcasting skills.
Oh.
Unapologetic enthusiasm for weird and wonderful sequels.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Community impact. Nikhil's humor and insights have endeared him to Hettyverse fans. His passion for wrestling inspires engaging conversations. This is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Collaborations with other Hettyverse members create unforgettable content. Frequent contributor to In Your Head. Contributes to the Hettyverse live streams and special events.
He doesn't have a collection of like evil clown memorabilia
I know.
or anything like that.
Overall, Nikhil brings a distinct voice and energy to the Hettyverse, solidifying his place as a beloved community member.
A salute to him.
Keep it heady.
Keep it heady.
Golga says I'm more of a fan of the anime. He thinks we should watch Violent Jack.
Violent Jack?
Yeah.
Is that like Samurai Jack?
Guess.
Only more violent.
One of us in this chat has the name of an old Nintendo game, and it ain't me.
Whoa.
I'm not sure what that has to do with it.
Oh, I think maybe that should have been before the other one.
What do you mean?
Because I think maybe he was a fan of the anime instead of the game.
Oh, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. Tony Hayes says the terrible one looks like super long-haired version of Grammy Edge from the Moody Blues. He was the drummer.
In your wildest dreams, woo.
Fight.
That was during their big comeback. I don't know if you remember that.
I do not.
That's
yeah,
okay.
If anyone wants, by the way, I won't say this all night. We'll say it one more time. You can help donate. You can Venmo Headyverse. You can PayPal withoutyourhead@gmail.com. We're halfway there to paying for the live stream for the whole year. Fightful reports that NXT is no longer expected to run shows at the Performance Center after their CW debut on October 1st. NXT is headed back on the road regularly. I think it's a better atmosphere on the road if you can get crowds. So I know last time they tried it, it didn't work out. So we'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they just broadcast from one place all the time?
Yeah, they do it from the Performance Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes that's better though, because then the people know everybody.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when during the COVID time, I kind of dug like when AEW would always go from that one place.
The thing, NXT, it's always weird because they've gone back and forth from it being like the cool third brand where it's like the cool indie show where they would have guys that had like experience and they just happened to be on the NXT show. And then they would go back to being developmental, like where it's all young guys learn to wrestle. And I don't think you can really be both. I think you have to be one or the other. And if you're touring, I think you have to be the cool alternative brand. I don't think you can really tour and be like, we're like the minor league where guys are training.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't work at all.
I've always really thought there should be two like separate things. The one you see on TV with the guys that are more advanced, either more advanced or like some of the veterans or whatever that aren't either ready or don't fit into on the main show. But like your guys that are literally learning to wrestle, I don't think should be on the show.
Yeah, that's tough. Those are usually the freebies that you see from places like,
I think it does a disservice to them
and stuff. Yeah.
Like if you're seen at like a level when you're not really ready.
Yep. Yeah, because then you're probably not going to get a lot of repeat business, if you're going to.
Yeah, it's one thing if it's like that same, like you said, the same people, they come in and they know they get.
Yep.
If you're touring, like, am I going to go? They're playing in Poughkeepsie. I'm going to go see like some trainees, like probably not.
Yeah, and if it's for the same kind of money for the tickets.
Yeah, it's also weird because I think WWE's ending house shows, but they're going to put NXT on the road, so it's that's really odd. The Lucha Brothers have. I don't know if this is true, Nikhil, because I've seen that they're still. I don't think this is true. That the Lucha Brothers have signed a multi-year deal because Phoenix is still like under. I think they're both under contract, but I don't think they're going to let Phoenix out, or it's up in the air if they're going to. So I don't think it's true that they've signed a deal actually with WWE. My thing is, if I would just let them go if they want to go. I kind of think you should do that for but it's not really like. Yeah. I don't think it's a good environment to make people stay. Like,
no, because then you're gonna they're gonna screw something up in the ring because they're mad, or they're just gonna be lazy in the matches.
Why waste TV time with people that don't want to be there? I don't know. Yep. And it's kind of old school just to have guys there just to beat them. It's like I don't know. If they'd ever come back, I think they'd be more likely. Like it would be a better relationship if like they let us out of the contract to try WWE and we want to come back or.
Yeah, I'd want to stay that way with everybody too. Like, don't burn bridges on either side, I wouldn't think.
And I know the flip side is WWE like basically never does that, but just because like they're shitty about it doesn't mean you have to be. I don't think that's an excuse like, oh, we should be assholes too.
Yep.
Fightful Select Kevin Owens has not yet re-signed with WWE. His deal expected to expire at the end of the year. AEW is long held. I kind of think we'll see Kevin Owens in AEW, but either way, you're smart now to talk to both companies because that's how you're going to get like a bigger contract.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be crazy not to. Don't just lock in on one when now AEW contracts have kind of made the E open up the bank book. So
Yeah.
I think shop your goods around, and especially if you're a person that if you're a wrestler that doesn't mind going overseas, look into places. Look into New Japan, look into Rev Pro, look into I'm sure there's a big Canadian league going on.
Yeah, but
Look everywhere. Find the best
yeah,
deal for you. That's what I'd say.
WWE and AEW where you're going to get the big money. So I mean,
Yep.
end up like even if you really aren't going to sign with one or the other, the idea that you talk to both of them makes the other company like, oh, they might leave, so we have to give them more money, and that's better for all wrestlers if they
Oh
can
yeah.
make the most money they can, because they're
Yeah,
both
that's
companies
always
owned by billionaires. So
yep. That's always in any sport. Like
yeah,
if as long as you're not married to whatever team you're on, you're gonna get a better deal.
mm-hmm.
Like it's okay to give the home team discount every now and then, but if you keep doing that, don't be surprised when everybody around you is getting paid way more than you are.
Right. WWE NXT TNA crossover has done a lot to boost TNA's business. Lance Storm said on Figure 4 Daily that they had 2,100 paid at Victory Road. That's good.
Yep. I haven't watched them in so long, I wouldn't even know who's there now.
No, me neither. It's good. My gut feeling is it can't. It probably will. I don't foresee, but I know WWE is owned by different people now, or run by different people
Yeah.
now. So things are different. I mean, historically, anyone who worked with WWE, they would eventually just take them over.
Yep. Yep.
Tony
But
wants to know.
I don't know the group that owns don't tell the people in Massachusetts.
Yeah,
But
they're
yes,
illegal here.
I ran them over on the road, so I had to do something with them. Where was I going with this? I can't remember now.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about
TNA?
moments ago? Oh yeah, I don't know if even if the UFC have they ever kind of absorbed other MMA groups.
I don't know. No, I don't know. I haven't really followed it since the early days.
Yeah.
I guess
Same.
they bought Pride, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I think they did. So maybe they have a history of doing that too. So.
And a big shout out to Christopher Outridge. He's the man who donated our original $100, who will be a producer of Without Your Head for the next year on IMDb credits. He's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
indeed.
Boo! It was noted during the first episode of WrestleVotes Radio that WWE SmackDown will become a 3. Yeah, this sucks. I'm not a fan of the 3-hour week. One show is fine, but that's a lot to put together every week.
Oh God, yeah. Especially when no program has really shown that they can consistently give you a long show, like a 3-hour thing that can keep your attention.
Yeah, I mean, I loved WCW back in the day, but I think 3 hours really killed Nitro.
Yeah, it definitely did. They didn't know what to do with all the time.
No, it's. I don't think anyone does.
No.
It's just so long for you. That's why the pay-per-views were usually that or between 3 and 4, because it's a culmination of all these stories. But to do it every week, it's just so much. Yeah, I mean, it did not help the quality of Raw. I think it made it where I just didn't want to watch it anymore. So I stopped watching.
I think that's when I stopped watching it, actually.
Yeah, it was 3 hours for a little while before, but after I was like, oh, I can't, because even if it's not a great show, like an hour or two,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, well, maybe next week will be better. But 3 hours of not great, it's a chore. Then it's like, I don't even want to freaking
Yeah.
watch this.
Yeah, that's the difference between, like when you've got those crazy long AEW pay-per-views and they just fly by
Yeah,
because
because
they are
I find
just
them
paced so
entertaining.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
and
But
so
you can't
there's
do that on a weekly show. You just can't,
no,
I don't
because
think.
it's a culmination of stuff. So like, it would be too much to have those pay-per-view quality shows every week
Yeah, yep.
because you wouldn't have the
Yeah, the guys
storylines.
would be dead too, like
Yeah, and
the
you'd have guys to be able to do the matches, but you wouldn't have like the stories to build up to them,
Yeah.
for a whole show of it.
Yeah, and then it would be tough to remember what happened in the first hour if like the
And I know
third
that
hour is
the theory
jam-packed.
always is like it gets more people on the show, and either it does, but it gets people that like, do I need to see these people? There might be a reason why I don't see them every week, and it
Yeah, that
usually
was
could
like the
be,
old days of Dark,
yeah,
like
like, do I need to see
most of
these
the times you
people?
don't wanna see
Yeah.
any of these people.
Or it really does result, you just keep seeing the same people, you just see more often.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Um,
true, and that's the thing, I think, and as much as I love Will Ospreay, like, I would rather see him stay singles and put somebody else in with, like, a tag team, because I think then you spread him too thin. You can't
yeah,
have,
yeah,
like, Osprey and, like, 3 different storylines going on at the same time.
yeah.
Like, just save him for, like, his singles run. And, like,
I
there's so
just
many good guys, like Takeshita, put him with the Australian guy and, like, have them run wild as a tag team. I
yeah.
think that would be tremendous.
I just don't think you can have. I mean, you can have better booking and make it like less like bad or whatever. But I just don't think you can have you. I just don't think a booking issue when you're 3 hours. It's just too much for a weekly show.
Yeah. Especially 2 weekly shows, then it just gets insane, I would think.
Yeah, I just think it's unattainable. Ba, 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 ba. Wrestling Observer News: a second NXT show for CW, originally scheduled for the major arena Enterprise Center, was moved to a smaller building. I don't really care about this stuff. Sorry, Nikhil, I don't really care about if they didn't sell tickets and whatnot. I don't care. 8 years ago, it was announced that Cody Rhodes was coming to Impact Wrestling. A short but nice chapter in his post. I don't even remember Cody in Impact, actually, TNA.
No, I don't either.
He only had 3 matches: Mike Bennett, Eddie Edwards, and Moose. Any memories? None at all. I didn't even realize he was there.
No, I was today days old when I knew that Cody was there at all.
Yeah, I don't agree with this at all, actually. About because do I think the booking is perfect now? No, but those years when Tony Khan won Book of the Year, to me, AEW was, to me, hands down the way better show. I was not a wrestling fan really at that point. I just watched the WWE pay-per-views. I stopped watching Raw completely and SmackDown, and then AEW actually reinvigorated me as a wrestling fan.
Same
And
here. That was me too.
so if you want to say the stuff today isn't as good, that's fine by me. But that doesn't mean all of a sudden that the everything that he had done the first 3 years was total trash.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what like so many of those guys really you know, got my interest going, like the Orange Cassidys. So many guys that I hadn't seen before or I hadn't seen in years. And like just that shit just blew me away. Like
Yeah.
I still love the product, but like those first 3-4 years, whatever
Yeah, no,
it's
I
been,
still like
like
it
just
too, but
were
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And also, when people say that, who was the better booker? Because almost everyone hated the WWE during that era. The last couple of years, WWE is a lot better without Vince and the rise of the Bloodline. We did that one. Sorry, recent interview, Ethan Page, on why he left AEW. It was time. I wasn't getting what I magically got in NXT, which is the opportunity to show what I bring to the table. Ethan Page was pushed a lot in AEW. I just don't think he ever got over. And I think I think anyone who jumps ship now, they're going to try to like, hey, look, we do something with you, so come over here. Otherwise, it's like, well, I don't want to go back to WWE or go to WWE if they bury me. I would argue being, NXT, being like a 20-year veteran and being NXT isn't necessarily great.
And also, we'll see what they do with them in the future. I mean, like, I know because they always give like Tony Khan the whole, oh, he's got a new toy. Well, it seems like the E's kind of done that too. Like, anytime they get somebody over, they kind of push them like crazy and like, oh, why couldn't they do that with so and so in AEW? And it's like, well, let's see long term what they do with, especially guys like that, which I don't think he can really sustain like a high level. I just don't see it.
He said, 17 or 18 years of prep. I don't know. If you've been wrestling 18 years and you're the champ of like the developmental league, I don't know if that's like really great bragging rights. I don't know. I don't think it's a great. But Nikhil adds, I was annoyed AEW. I've never seen anything in the guy. No. They pushed him right from the beginning, and you could go back and listen to the shows. I was like, this guy, like, he's not entertaining at all, and he never got over.
He kind of dragged Scorpio Sky down, who I thought was always such a good wrestler.
I do think he's a better fit for WWE because he's like a guy that is just kind of like, they like guys that like are fine at everything. And I'm not saying that's how everyone is in WWE because obviously like there's guys that are great in WWE.
Yeah.
But they do have a lot of guys like Theory who are just like, I don't think stands out in any way, but they're like fine. And so you could just plug them in like all these different aspects. And I kind of think Ethan Page is like that. He's just kind of like a guy who's fine at everything. So you could put him in like all these different categories on your show.
Yeah, they're like the kind of the workman, just kind of plug them in, like you say. They're like the
he's adequate
guys.
at everything.
Yeah,
not necessarily. He's not bad at anything, but he doesn't stand out at anything.
Yep.
Matt Jackson with loads of praise for FTR. You don't have chemistry with every single team you touch, but when you do, it's an undeniable feeling. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be kind of crazy to think that FTR and the Young Bucks like don't have good matches together.
Oh my God, I don't think they've had anything but great matches together.
Confidence that Daniel Garcia is going to re-sign with AEW. Reportedly not as strong as a month ago. This is real. I personally think he's probably already signed. I know they say he hasn't, but I can't imagine they would have done that angle with MJF if he's probably leaving and going to W. If they did, that's really dumb.
Yeah, shame on them then. I don't know. From everything I've heard, like I think was it Chris Jericho that had paid for like his leg surgery and stuff, like when he was in the car accident?
Yeah, and he's definitely a guy.
So they seem to really like him.
If anybody's going to argue that AEW hasn't done him well, that's insanity.
Yep.
I started
it's kind of like the same treatment they gave Ricky Starks, like they've been really good to the guy.
And Ricky like showed a lot right away, where I think Daniel Garcia had to like come into his own. So I think even more so with Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I remember when I first saw him, I didn't really think much of him because I think it's because Daddy Magic is so like entertaining. And like I thought he was the only guy out of the three of them when they first came in.
Yeah, I did too.
That he was the guy, like, keep an eye on this dude. And Garcia was just kind of the young guy with them. But like then as time went on, I really liked him. I ended up really, really digging him.
Yeah, it's funny when he started doing the dance, that really started to get him over. But I'm glad they kind of shied away from it too, because I think you can only go so far being like the goofy dance guy.
Yeah, you can't take him too seriously. It's kind of like, I'm glad that they kind of stopped that with him. Remember when he and Sammy were doing the goofy tag teams together? I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it, but like, you're never gonna be taken too seriously if you're the guy like, tucking your head between another guy's thighs during your
Yeah.
dance moves,
Yeah. I started the Netflix show Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. This season centers on the 89 murders of Jose and Kitty Menendez. They were killed by their sons Lyle and Eric. While you watch and do, yeah, I mean, this was I was alive during that, so that was huge.
Mhm.
I didn't watch the first season either, so I mean, I might sometime. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not
I
against it. I
didn't
like
even
the
know it was on, you know?
Yeah, the first season was it Dahmer, I think, and then the third season is going to
Oh,
be Ed
okay.
Gein.
Oh, no way. Oh, that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
That'll be good
All
because
right,
that's one
I'll
that's
be
not
right
really
back.
been done to death. I guess neither has the Menendez. Nope. Lexar, I left Collision taping before it finished. It was during the Maximum Male Models Fashion Week Grand Slam. So yeah, I don't really understand why they even brought those guys in. It's kind of like a failed WWE gimmick. So I don't get it. Chuck, starring Zachary Levy and Yvonne Travasky, premiered 17 years ago. Did you watch it? I loved it. I honestly have never even heard of it. No. The Outrunners are under contract with AEW despite not receiving an All Elite graphic. I'm a huge fan. These guys are super over, very entertaining. I think you could do some with them. And I think they have some great teams in AEW, but they need to freshen up the roster as like really like there's 3 teams that are they're really fighting for the belts. I know tonight was Will Ospreay, but that's like not a team that's staying around. But it's always FTR, Elite, the Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim. It's kind of like that's it, and everyone else is way under them. And I think you need to start doing some angles with some of the other teams. And I would get those guys involved, the Outrunners. Now, are they going to be your top team for a long period of time? Probably not. But a team that's really over like that, you could build up and either have a really fun title match with them or even have a title run with them. Like I said, they're not going to be like FTR where they'll be like perennial, main event tag team guys, but they're definitely a team you could do more with. And anybody that's over is worth pushing. If someone is over without a big push, to me, it's foolish not to try. You're not out anything if it doesn't work, and if it does work, you have new stars. On this day in 2000, the Right to Censor defeated the Dudley Boys and the Acolytes at Unforgiven, and The Rock defeated Chris Benoit, Kane, and The Undertaker. Any memories? No. But I'm sure it was good. The Right to Censor, like I enjoyed that all, but it's like become like this thing that people just think are like this all-time classic angle now. On this day in 2002, WWE presented Unforgiven. Matches included Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Goldust, and Kane beating the Un-Americans. That was a weird group, the Un-Americans, because it was right after 9/11, wasn't it? Like a year after 9/11. They were doing
I
the
don't really
didn't they?
remember them.
Yeah, and they did an angle right from Ground Zero, I believe.
Oh,
It was Lance Storm, Test, and Christian, I think.
oh, okay.
Un-American. It worked for Bret Hart, but usually when you have the evil Canadians, it's just like
Yeah, that can get kind of lame.
And this day in 2003, the Dudley Boys defeated La Resistance in a 3-on-2 handicap match.
La Resistance.
I'm a big fan of La Resistance. I think they could have done a lot more with them, and especially Rene Dupree.
Yeah, agreed.
On this day in 2009, TNA presented No Surrender. Matches included Beer Money and Team 3D defeated Scott Steiner and Booker T in the British Invasion in a lethal lockdown match. And AJ Styles defeated Kurt Angle, Matt Morgan, Sting, and Hernandez to become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Brody King was on the show. I'm a big Brody King fan.
Yay.
Be in action and ready.
Oh, is Lexar at the show?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is Lexar. Once he's sending this in, it's been reported that SmackDown, we already did this 3 hours. Lucha Brothers, we talked about, that's not been signed. Don't ask the same stuff that Nikhil already asked either. UFC Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock has signed a WWE Legends deal. Are you intrigued? I mean, cool for him, but I'm not intrigued.
That's a guy I remember, like, he tried to come back into like the MMA scene like a few years ago. And he just was like just a punching bag. It was just terrible to watch the guy.
Tony Khan says that a new deal with the Warner Brothers Discovery's close. I don't know. Well, we'll go over it when it's actually done. Darby Allin has compared WWE to Taylor Swift and AEW to the metal band Slayer. I knew what he's trying to say, but I don't think it was a great comparison.
No. On an MMA kind of note, though, I wanted to tell you on, I think it was last weekend on one of the New Japan house shows, Sakuraba was there. And I hadn't seen him in how long I couldn't tell you. Like, I remember we would watch him in the old MMA fights from Japan. He was like the the Gracie killer. Remember, like we just he was amazing. And man, the years have not been kind to him. Like, he was pretty beaten up back then, and it was cool to see him, and I was glad he was getting like a gig, but he's got a tough time getting around.
Yeah, he was pretty beaten up when he was still like actively.
Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was somebody's anniversary. Oh no, somebody had died. I guess it was the trainer at the dojo in Japan for New Japan. And I guess he was an old wrestler back in the 80s and stuff. And I guess Sakuraba was one of the guys that had trained with him and stuff. So I guess, it was kind of cool to see him, but I didn't need to see him wrestle.
Yeah. Alberto Del Rio says he wants one more run in WWE. No, I don't see that happening.
I think that guy's the guy that's burned all of his bridges.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Yeah, yep. Which it's too bad. I always liked the guy. Like, I found him to be supremely entertaining.
Really big, but yeah.
Oh, really? I loved him.
I liked him when we was with Ricardo there. Whatever what he's called. But yeah, you can go back and listen to the old show. I don't know. I always called him the Mexican Jeff Jarrett. Like, I don't know. And I like Jarrett now. Alexa, Ric Flair and WCW valet Wendy Barlow has split up. I thought they had been split up for years.
Well, maybe he's giving you news from 20 years ago.
GCW is going to have an event in Hawaii.
Okay.
Thought throughout last weekend and the weekend before, that was the 40th anniversary of Rock in Rio in Festival. What? I don't care. It's performances by Shawn Mendes, Katy Perry. I don't give a flying fuck.
There you go.
Has Jack ever seen a bull sightings in Boston? No.
I'm not even going to ask.
Do you think like wild bulls run around Boston? Like the running of the bulls?
Oh, yeah, that could be.
Hit the like button. Let's see here. By the way, if you're commenting on the Facebook group, I actually can't see them. Have you? Do you think that ring aprons also hear everything the person is doing, like the ring canvas?
Whoa. Well, I don't really understand that.
Do you think that's why Lexar left the show early? He thought maybe like the chairs were listening to him.
Oh, yeah, that all right. I didn't think of that. But that's a possibility.
Have you ever had a public confrontation?
What?
Do you roller or ice skate? Nope. What's the most wonderful time of the year?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Every
Halloween,
time
of
we're
course.
live. Halloween.
Oh, nice.
October. Yeah, October's a good time. Where's Intra? He's in Ohio. He's in Ohio. Do you remember the time that the U.S. Open preempted wrestling? Nope.
No. When did that happen?
Pre-Nitro. So what? That like the 92 or something? Like, I don't know. Wasn't live or anything then, because Nitro is when it went live.
Oh, okay. No,
So what did it preempt like Saturday night or something? WCW Saturday night? I don't know. What other shows would you watch on that night? I don't know.
what night? On
I don't know. Yeah, we don't even know the night or anything or the date.
just that night.
Just some random night, random day. Like, is it the 82 or what? I don't know.
All right. So the guy Neil was Kuneyaki Kobayashi. Was the guy that was the trainer and like an old wrestler. I really didn't know the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But he was 68.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yep.
Brian Matthew Cluttar is co-stigging the McMahon Netflix special. His boy Tony Atlas is on it.
Oh, so we got Tony Atlas things going down on it.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it though.
Yeah. I wonder if they talk to a lot of the old former wrestlers and things.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are on there.
Okay, good.
They've been doing it for years, like before all this stuff. So if you guys want to, if anyone wants to stream in, you can, but we're not going to stay much longer. So if you want to hop on and say hello, whatever, we'll be getting off because it's a late night here, and we'll be back tomorrow night for Without Your Head. We're going to have Brian Spears on, who is an FX artist on Smile, the upcoming Smile 2, which comes out in October. Larry Fessenden's Depraved, Larry Fessenden's Blackout, the show Evil, all kinds of cool stuff. So that's going to be a really nice interview.
Always good to have like cool people like that.
Yes. And next week, it's going to be Brooke Bundy from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, I believe.
Oh, sweet. Well, that should be a good time as well.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, from 3 and 4. I'm sorry, Brooke Bundy from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. That's two of the big ones. Two of the most favorite sequels, and her daughter Tiffany Helm from Friday the 13th Part 5.
Nice.
And they'll be talking about their career and their new film that they're doing together, Catnip.
And that's next week?
Yeah, so that'll be next week.
Right, very good.
That'll be a good show.
Very, very good.
Yes. All right. So also, by the way, keep this link because with the new Zoom here, with the new StreamYard, we will be using the same link every week. So this will be the same link every week for In Your Head. Just save it, and we'll have a separate link for Without Your Head. So you won't have to wait for a new link every week. You just bookmark it.
All right.
We've got we can also do this.
Whoa.
I don't know if
Well,
that's
like the
better.
triple threat now.
Yeah. You can do this.
Oh.
Or we can go back to this. I think this for now. Maybe if we get a lot of people do little circles, we'll see.
Yeah, I like the circles were kind of cool.
Yeah.
We could do a Brady Bunch kind of thing.
That's true. Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch. All right, what's on your mind, coast to coast?
Well, had I known that Tony would be in this world, I'd have never marched on Selma. Sorry. my bad.
Have you watched the documentary yet?
No, I plan to at some point. But yeah, if that guy's on it, yeah, I can't go do that. I can't watch. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, Vince was a good man. I tell you, he never did nothing to me. No, nah, I'm cool.
I think Tony's a guy that's afraid to step on anyone's toes, you know?
I watched it.
Someone's got to fill the pipe.
Was it good, Ludite?
No,
Jobs wasn't a big fan.
There's not much there for us. More for the newbies. And
okay.
mostly they touched on the scandal, but very little at the end. Like,
maybe we'll have a separate one about it.
Yeah. Nah. He said, he asked him about him complaining about Eric Bischoff doing what he did. And he said, look, what I say when it's business is not necessarily what I really think. So you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You're okay with it pretty much.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it for myself. But if it's all stuff I kind of know, it's not. I mean, it's all right, I guess, to watch it all together. But I don't know. It's like 6 hours, though, right? Like if it's 6 hours of stuff I already know about.
The basic stuff. Yeah. They didn't know the basic stuff. Not really. They didn't get.
I guess being on Netflix, it is made for people who don't know everything.
Yeah, I know. That's probably true.
The basic myth is that he makes deals and doesn't honor them. They barely mention that. Like, barely.
Why does Troy get so little when I do that one?
He's cold.
I'm shy.
See, look, I stay like my head stays the same size. It just cuts the ends off, but like you get little. See?
Oh yeah. Okay, I dig it.
My camera's acting weird. I don't know. It's really close.
I think we'll just keep it.
I wish my camera worked. I can't even get a camera.
Oh man, I thought you just don't want to be seen.
Oh no! My first couple of times on here, I was here, but I don't know. Maybe I need to update the driver on this phone.
Yeah, maybe you have it set to the wrong camera.
I don't know. I kind of like that picture though. Now I just think of you as that thing. And I gotta dig it, you know. Like I just want to rub your tummy now or something, you know.
Wow,
maybe it's a little too personal, but you know.
This is after dark
or something, you know.
This is In Your Head After Dark.
It almost cracks up when it comes out with Tony Adams because I thought of you, Ghost, because he kept talking about the treatment of the women.
Yeah, that's what that picture is. It's like it was AI, but it came out wrong. So I said, I'll keep it.
No, I love it though. Now it's part of you. You can't go back now.
We've got a baby snake Lincoln over here.
Well, yeah, honest Dave.
I am a fan of Stowe. we were at a like a thrift store, and they actually had like a real stovepipe hat from like the 1800s.
Whoa.
I almost bought it, but it was super small. Though it
Yeah,
might fit me
they
now.
had teeny heads back then, I guess.
It might fit me now because my hats are the fitted hats are too big for me now. I didn't think you lost weight in your head.
You were offended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now I'm a pinhead.
Head
Now
fat.
it's funny because he'll put his old hats on and they'll just drop
Yeah.
over his ears.
Well,
It's
even
pretty
this,
funny.
like this hat, like I wear it on the show, but I don't really wear it out because you don't notice it too much here, but it's too big. So either I have to put it over my
gigantic on
ears.
you, yeah.
See, it goes. It's like sticks out like an inch on each side. So it either goes over my ears, or I gotta put my
You're
ears
wearing your dad's hat now.
under it, and then they stick out like that. See,
No, that's not the look that you want.
no, see, it's a fitted hat. It's a 7 5/8. I used to wear 7 1/2 or 7 5/8, but now I probably wear like 7 3/8 or 7 1/4. I don't know. But fitted hats aren't in really now. Now it's the old style hats are in. No one really cares.
That's because they
Yeah,
got the
like
lazy
stove top
ponytail holder
Type
that way.
hats.
That's right. All the kids are going for those.
I need to get. I do like. I have a top hat upstairs. I have this hat.
Whoa, that is a lid.
Whoa, did that pop out too?
Excuse me.
That's sweet.
No, that's the power of the Pilgrims right there.
That's it, exactly.
I'm gonna start wearing this around
I'll
when me and
take off
Troy
my
go
hat
out
in
for our
respect for
shows.
your hat.
What do you guys think about this Feed Your Head show? It's me and Troy going to restaurants and we live stream us eating and talking about the food.
Ooh.
I like it. I like it.
The first one should have been KKK's or KK, excuse me,
We
KK.
might go back and do it. There was another burger place nearby. It was called the Patty Shack, and they like that keeps popping up. They had one of the burgers was a Caribbean burger, and I really want to go and try this. So maybe this will be the first episode. A
Ooh.
Caribbean burger. It's a burger with cheese and stuff, and it's topped with caramelized bananas and pineapple. I'm like, that
I'm
sounds
drooling
sweet.
now. This sounds so amazing to
I
me.
gotta go try that.
Now you're the pimp of the Pilgrims.
Yeah, I can't. The only
You're
problem
not
with this,
just the pride.
I can't put my head too back because this sticks way out and it hits this.
Oh, all right.
Was the pimp of the Pilgrims I go with the Mayflower, madam?
I would hope so.
Get a flag-colored feather with like stripes and stuff on it.
I like
Well,
it.
we could do that. We could eat stuff down at the Plymouth Rock, and you could definitely be like the pride of the Pilgrims then.
I want you guys to do one where a seagull eats all of your French fries.
I dig it.
We do have seagulls here. So here's,
That'd be a good
Can
one.
you eat the seagull?
there's only one of these. If someone wants this shirt size large, $30 donation towards our live stream fund, and you can get this shirt worn by Jackie Jones.
Did you actually wear that? That's pretty good.
Yeah, just on the show here.
All right.
I didn't wear it like on my walk or anything.
All right. I figured you wore it around town.
Yeah, well,
That's a
the other
Bruce
day I was
Campbell
born.
shirt.
I had this Alamo Draft House hat, and it's rainbow because it was from Pride Month. I've had it for years, and I don't, I just wear it. I don't just wear it during Pride Month. It's Alamo Draft House, and
You're
it's
not
cool.
proud.
And so I was wearing it at Dunkin' Donuts, and one of the employees was like, "That's a rainbow." I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, it's the Alamo Draft. And then they were like questioning me about it. Like, that means gay pride, and you only wear them if you're gay nowadays. And I'm like, okay,
Or if
buddy.
you like rainbows,
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
artist, so I claim back colors for art.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care one
I'm a
way or the other.
leprechaun fan, so I dig rainbows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Well, you're
pro
gonna
gay
fuck.
rights, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Like, all right.
But I wonder if I wore that shirt into Dunkin' Donuts. What that would say.
They probably be like, yeah, talk about the holes in the donuts then. Like,
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. was like,
And
oh,
where we live, it's kind of odd anyone would even think that because, like, we're next to a huge gay lesbian, community. So it's really weird anyone would think one way or the other.
True.
All right, what's on your mind, baby snake ass master 420?
Not much. Not much. I just am glad to be able to call into the show. Say hi to
Yeah,
everybody.
good to see you. Yeah, we're not gonna be here super late.
Yeah.
Not gonna make.
I just
Troy
missed you
Stiff.
guys.
Yeah, well, yeah, Inter was away, so I thought, well, the big Grand Slam was tonight, so I asked the Flea, and he was all about it. So I
was
should
down.
start putting the
I
Flea
was
in
cool
the
with it.
intro.
Ba-ba-bum. I like
Make a
being
new
the
intro.
guest host. Being the guest host is fun.
I should make an
People treat
alternate.
you better. If I was here every week, people would be like, "I'm so sick of this fucking guy." I don't know what
Yeah, that's how I get treated.
no?
I kind of like coming on the show because like I say a lot of crazy stuff on the internet. So like if people want to confront me about it, they can here maybe. I'm joking.
Let me tell you
I
something.
just have to show my face, just like so I'm not just talking. I'm joking.
Just a voice in the or a face in the crowd.
Just the weird guy.
You got something to play here, quick.
All right.
Welcome to the Headyverse. The other podcasts are so much worse. Listening to all I'm being jacket shows. Stealing your blasting in your very bones. Shout out to our producer's code. El Santos World and Brian Butter. Don't get cheapskate, China's I didn't stutter. In your head is like no other.
Yeah.
Like it.
yay! I feel so validated.
Yep. No. I should have done the guy liner or something.
That song is literally the highlight of my life. Probably that's I've peaked in life officially.
I was going to take out like the Wendy's ponies and start headbanging
Right.
to that.
Yeah. So anything on your mind, Mr. Luddite?
Yeah, the documentary was crap.
I'm going to take your word for it. I'm not even going to watch it now.
Well, I wouldn't bother on this.
So if you're like, if you already know all this stuff, there's not really. I'll probably just watch it so you can talk about on the show.
I just wanted to hear about him pooping on someone's head. That's all
Yeah, that was the main thing I wanted to hear about.
Yeah.
It's like,
You gotta come up to part 6.
I wonder if they're gonna wait and do that, once maybe once the lawsuit's all done, and then they could do like a part 2 about that. I don't know.
Just
The
call it
thing
pooping
is,
on your head.
I don't know. Is it in their best interest? They paid billions of dollars to get Raw and Netflix, and they're like, let's put on this documentary totally trashing the guy who invented this show.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they shouldn't, because if they don't, like, you got to be honest that you can't do even before all this stuff, you couldn't do a documentary about Vince and it would just be all like, roses.
Yeah.
He's a real jerk. Yeah. Hard to deny it.
You like it, though?
We shout out to our producers, Brian Clutter, Coast in your head, and El Santos World. And
To be a jerk. It's not even funny.
and our Hall of Famers, Double Guns, Ricky Ferguson, Tech Dingo's, Vic Schiavone, and Babel VR.
Whoa.
And also, we'll say hello to the Headyverse members, Stephen Butler and Dave Deadman. And a big thanks to people who helped. We got halfway to our goal tonight. Thanks to Vic Schiavone, Golgo 13, Tekes, and Christopher Eric Outridge.
All good folks.
I'm gonna see if I can donate. I just paid that rent for some of that diarrhea in the hallway that I told you about, Jack.
Yeah, no, it's I understand though. You're also help. You always you're monthly producer here, so I get it. That's helping the show too.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I barely have money to fund my own endeavors. Sorry,
get your
Neil.
name in the tunage.
Yay! My name somewhere. I feel important.
All right. So, anything else before we head out? Back at our normal time next week.
Sleep good.
Next week is the end of next week is Troy and or Flea and I's mother's birthday, but I don't think it'll interfere
cool.
with the show it's at all.
No, what day does it fall on?
On a Friday.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah.
We might have a big gambling trip in our future.
Yes, we're gonna go to the casino. We haven't been to the casino in a long time.
Mama Jones
Your last
on her
birthday.
birthday. Gonna be some pesos being won.
Mm-hmm. Pesos and some grubs eaten. Not like bugs. Yeah. Grubs and foods. All right. So
Yeah, I know
yeah.
she listens. So I try not to curse. So I was like,
Oh yeah, she never swears.
Yeah, so I try not to curse myself.
No, she swears more than I do.
And
I don't really swear that much. I don't think
Our mom swears like a sailor, so that's
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, that's where I watch horror movies was from my mom.
I hope she's not like, who's that bigot you guys have up there? That coast guy. I'm like, no, he's black. He's just weird.
Oh, he's one of the good ones.
Oh my god.
Atlas, Mom. Your mother likes Woody Atlas.
Yeah, just one black guy. That's it.
So everybody who got the Vic and everyone, send me your address. I know Tech Ace already did. Send me your address, and I will send you out your goodies.
The goodie bag.
All right. So until next week,
Take
this
care.
is Jackie Jones.
And the Flea.
Take care, Flea.
And also, Baby Snake Ass Matt. Oh, hold on. I think someone else is joining us too. I'm sorry I missed your. I don't know how long he was there. Lexar, what's on your mind? We'll get to you before we
Yes,
get on.
I just left Grand Slam. I'm in the train station right now, heading home.
Nice.
And yeah, it was a good show. A great, awesome show.
Yeah, Dynamite was
The
really
crowd
good.
seemed real into it too, which was cool.
Yeah.
I could barely hear. There's so much noise here with the train here. Go away.
Damn, he's yelling at the train. You're not walking the tracks, are you? Don't step on the
No,
third
I'm like
rail.
you. I'm not.
All right.
Does the train listen to you?
Don't pee on the third rail.
Those third rails are electrocuted.
Yeah.
If you touch the
don't
third
ever-
rail in any way, you'll be electrocuted.
Yeah, you don't ever expose yourself down there in the subway, do you?
No.
All right, good.
Expose my shoe? No. I wouldn't even
He's got
touch
the
them.
trench coat on now. He's flashing them. They're going by. In my mind, Lexar, that's what you're always doing.
I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you made it out there. Looked like it was a great Dynamite. So.
Yeah, it was a great Dynamite. Awesome show. The tag team title match was the match of the night.
Yeah, it was pretty
That
amazing.
was just badass. Yeah.
It's always fun to go out for the live wrestling. There's a lot of good matches. So it looked like a good time. Glad you had. Did you go eat anywhere?
MVP showed up. MVP, which is a huge surprise.
Yeah,
and I thought Shane McMahon. A lot of people thought Shane McMahon is going to show up, but no, it's MVP.
That's way better.
I would. Yeah, I think I'd rather see MVP. Yeah. Did you go eat anywhere? Did you get like a $50 hot dog at the show?
No, I smuggled in snacks. Yeah, on like I put like
Not like in
you know
your
those shopping
butthole.
bags.
Okay.
I put in like
prison pocket.
Doritos. I put in like Lay's.
They let you in with
Yeah,
that? I'm
your
really shocked because
It's in
whenever
my
we go anywhere,
pocket.
they really go through you.
yeah,
How do
Yeah,
you fit a
usually
Prison
bag
they
of
pocket.
Lay's
get
in your
down
pocket?
on stuff.
It was in my pocket.
Wouldn't it just completely smashed in your pocket?
No. Well,
Oh,
a couple of other chips. It might. It probably like broken some chips, but no.
You have some big ass pockets if you can put like 2 bags of potato chips. And
yeah, Lexar's like Abby Hoffman.
I wonder what he does with the big ass pocket.
Good. Like smuggling in a watermelon and
You
like
should
half
tight
a
roll your
chicken
jeans and then
stuff.
put
Yeah.
the food down the leg of your pants. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
How you steal
Like-
the big salami.
it's like Midnight Express. He's just got like all this stuff taped to his body, but instead of like a hash, it's just potato chips and Doritos.
He's making hobo chili inside the place.
Hell yeah. Have a
I
reverse
sm-
Gonna
I
find a
smuggle-
radiator. You
catheter
know?
thing.
I smuggle food into the movie theater, but that's in my backpack.
Yeah, they don't really have security guys at like the
No,
movie
they
theater.
do have one guy that's kind. I call him the Nazi. He walks around. And if he sees you, he always makes Annabelle throw her coffee away. But I bring
Oh,
a
really?
thermos, so I pour my coffee into my thermos and put it in my backpack.
Good thinking.
Yeah, they're actually really bitches there. I mean,
Oh, really?
depending who's working there. So most people don't give a shit. But if it's a certain person that they do, they won't let you bring anything.
Is it an AMC theater or?
Yeah.
Oh,
At the Regal, though, one time we had won a pizza, and I was like, Annabelle's like, let's just bring it to the theater. Like, they're not going to let us walk in with a pizza. They're not going to care. And they didn't. We just walked right into the theater with the whole pizza.
wow.
Wow.
You probably made some friends with like people nearby.
Well, we won 2 whole pizzas, and we had the hardest time giving one of them away.
Wow.
Homeless people wouldn't take them. And I was like, do you
That
really
must have
need
been some shitty pizza. It must have been like Pizza Hut or something.
It was Domino's, but I was like,
Wow.
I was like, all right. They really just want drugs. They
Yeah,
want money to buy drugs. They don't want to.
yeah,
Is
picky.
what I
God.
found. Yeah. But
Like
we
you
ended
got
up
some elitist people around there if they don't want the free pizza, you know.
we ended up giving to like a couple on the subway who did take the pizza. But the other one we brought into the movie theater. At first, I was like, "Oh, it's cool we won these 2 pizzas," but we had just eaten, and then it's like, "What the hell are we gonna do with whole 2 pizzas?
Yeah.
Walk around with them all day?" But anyway,
See, that used to be the coolest thing about like the North End. If you were going up to the garden for something, and like you'd walk around the North End, and you just found where the fattest like homeless people were, and that would be the place that you'd go. And that's how we found like the European that would have like this pizza. They would have to bring out a separate table to
yeah,
put
it
it
was
on
great. I used to
because
go
it was
there.
massive. Yeah. And then when you'd leave, there's no way you could eat the whole thing. And you'd be like, well, I'm going to like a Celtics game. So, hey, you guys want some pizza? And they're like, yeah, we do. And they just take whatever you got.
Man, I was at work and my friend was like, at Mexican restaurants, like the tables are so small. And I think he was like talking about like how Mexican people are like shorter or something. He was like complaining, being racist, and he was like, "No, because all the food, like all the rice and the beans that you get, like the rice."
Oh, they take well. Troy and I went to a all-you-can-eat hibachi and Korean barbecue place a few weeks ago, and you order all the stuff you want. They brought it out, and we're like, holy shit, because they literally filled the whole table up, and they were trying to move stuff onto like multiple things on the same plate, and then they just had a whole cart, like a rolling cart that they just left there.
Filled with stuff.
And they just kept, after we would eat some, they would bring more to us.
Oh my
kind of felt like assholes, but we ate all of it. So.
Yeah, we did.
Sometimes
That's
they don't
a place
think
we'll
about
go to again and
yeah, it was amazing.
and video.
What the hell's going
was
on
like-
there? All aboard the Lexar train.
He's driving that thing tonight.
Do they have those in Boston, Jack? Those like special trains that'll clean the tracks up?
If they do, I've never seen one, to be honest.
It could be like a late night thing, like that just cleans the tracks.
One time when I was walking the regular train tracks, and I should have took a video of it because it was like out of like an old silent movie. There was people on like this car, and they were pulling it up and down like the seesaw.
No way!
And it was going,
That's
and that's how they moved it. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then it was actually like a lawnmower, but for the tracks, it was cutting the grass. But they were going up and like it looked like it was 100 years old.
I've always wanted to ride.
I was like, I can't believe these really exist. I think they would have updated them in 100 years.
Hey, Jack, you been to San Francisco?
No.
Oh, we have this train out here called BART, and oh man, if you like take it through the tunnel, it's like horribly loud. It'll like split your ears. It's very loud, like the railing and the train stuff. It's terrible, especially through the tunnels.
A lot?
Yeah, and it's like grinding, whining, high, piercing. It's pretty bad.
There's a lot of trains going around in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on a train right now.
The Lucky Pierre position.
He's running the train.
So I'm curious. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
I'm curious. Like Lexar, you're coming back from like the event, but it looks like you're the only one at the station. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
Left early to avoid the rush.
That's not
I normally do the opposite. If I leave a wrestling and when I've been to AEW, I usually just go and eat somewhere for a while. So I'm not like in this giant swarm of people.
Yeah, when AEW had like a pay-per-view out here at the Chase Stadium, like that place was miserably packed. That whole like T-line. Yeah, that was it. Even the Cow Palace when they were over there, man, like good luck taking the bus around there.
I can imagine.
All right, we're gonna take off, guys, but we thank you for coming on. We'll be back next week. Good man, Lexar.
I think that was Collision.
Okay.
Yeah, I left Collision early.
Cool.
Because by the time I left, they were under the Maximum Male Model segment, and they were coming out with these jobbers dressed in fashion clothes.
Were you afraid they were going to turn you gay?
No. But I tell you what I think most fans like the Saraya Rules match. I think if you see that match, you'll be very intrigued, and it will get you.
That one's on Friday.
Damn. Lexar was jacking off during the match.
No, but I saw others.
You saw people jerking off during the match.
So,
Right.
He waited till he got on the train anyway.
He took the bed that he had his nachos in, wrapped up. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this.
Yep.
Was it the best lap dance ever?
not physically.
Lap dance if he wants to.
I'm thinking about that scene in American Beauty where the trash bag's floating around in the wind.
Yep.
All right, see you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Later.
Thank you, Jack.
The Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink. And a fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No. Andre was great. He was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big. Yeah. It was not small. No, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, drink, drink. And fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
Booyah! All right, bye.